My name is Carolyn. I am an artist, art therapist, counselor, and healing art retreat leader. Today we are going to be making a Valentine for our inner child. So I do a lot of work with helping people kind of bring out that inner child, do inner child healing, be able to work through certain issues they're having in order to have more productive, healthier, better relationships today, whether that's with friends, family, intimate partners. Things that happen during our childhood often carry over into our adult life. And that can make things kind of difficult, cause some struggles. So today what we're going to do is we're going to really just kind of nurture that inner child, give them a little extra love by creating a Valentine for them. So the materials you're going to need, you'll need to print off a photo that you have of when you were a child, so any age range. So you can pick something that could have been when you dealt with some trauma, some grief, abandonment, any time that you just felt like extra stressors in your life as a child. Now, if for some reason you can't find a photo from a particular age or age range that would represent any of those type of things, then you can just find any photo, maybe a school picture or something that can be used for this from any time in your childhood. So I've got my little like third grade picture of me. So I'm going to use that. And then what you can do is, like I said, if you can't find one from a specific time that would represent, grief, trauma, stressors, whatever, then yeah, just pick any photo that maybe you love. And then in addition to that, what we're going to do is get some heavy paper like cardstock or some scrapbook paper. So I'll just kind of show you some examples. So like I've got some different scrapbook papers here, and there's this photo I cut out of a magazine of a frame. So that could even be used for part of the imagery. So pick some scrapbook paper if you'd like. I've got tissue paper. So this could be kind of torn up or cut up and used and glued down. Scissors, make sure you have scissors, glue stick or glue. I've got some different things with words on them. So like this one, the best adventures begin and end with ice cream. This had some cupcakes on it. It got sent in the mail. And I was like, oh, these would be cute to cut out and put onto imagery. And this is something I picked up somewhere at an event where they were doing stuff regarding yellow roses. And so it was a little drawing I picked up. Here's something I've cut out that says free spirit. I love tulips, so I thought I might even cut out a tulip to put on there. This was out of newspaper. There are these crayons I thought could be really cute to cut out and then put, on top of, there she is, on top of my inner child. So lots of options. What you'll want to do is maybe get yourself a frame. You don't have to frame this, but I think it's kind of nice to frame and be able to put up like on a dresser, on a desk, or even hang up on the wall. So you can get any kind of frame, get something a little ornate. Now this one doesn't have a lot of room for, I guess it's upside down, for putting the picture in. Like the picture would fit inside here, and I could maybe even put it off to like one side and then add something here. So that one wouldn't necessarily lend itself to doing a lot of decorating, but the frame itself is ornate, and you could even paint or decorate the frame. Now it doesn't have to be huge, so whatever size picture, just kind of accommodate with a frame that it would fit in nicely. This little frame here, I could put it off to like one side, have room to be able to decorate around. And then these are a little bit bigger. So there's options. Just go to like a thrift store, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, when Hobby Lobby has sales. Get yourself a frame. Okay, so what you'll do is get your piece of paper, like the cardstock or scrapbook paper, whatever you're going to use, for your base. And then you can take your photo that you have and glue it down on there. And then around that, you can then maybe cut some of the things out of magazines, kind of stuff like what I've shown you here. Or you can just paint on it if you want to use acrylic paints or paint pens. I've got also some watercolor paints here, and I have some acrylic paint markers, so those can be fun to use. You can get like paper flowers that you can glue on, or little jewels, anything that kind of speaks to you as an embellishment that you would want to put around your picture. So this is kind of something where you can just have a bit of fun with it, and you can invite your inner child to help you with it if you'd like. Let them pick imagery or colors, or this might be something that you create specifically from the adult you to your inner child, so they might not necessarily come out to help with it, but they might. And maybe you pick some imagery of things that you loved when you were a kid. So like I had those words that talked about ice cream. And so with that one, maybe I find an image of some ice cream and put that, like cut it out and glue that like next to the picture, or even draw a little ice cream cone. Maybe I loved horses, so I could always find an image of a horse to maybe put on there. So just play with it. If you loved basketball, maybe you draw a basketball on a basketball hoop. If you love traveling, if you got a chance to go traveling and that was something that you enjoyed as a kid, maybe you went to Disneyland once a year, or maybe you went once in your lifetime and you loved it and want to kind of bring that energy back in. So things of that nature, just kind of think about what it is that you really loved and how you want to show that love to your inner child now. And then I'm going to show you an image that I had created. So I have this little itsy bitsy tiny journal, which I picked up at an event, and it's handmade. It's got watercolor paper inside. And I went ahead and I put one of the print-offs of my inner child pictures in it. And so it's in there, and then I decorated around it and then decorated this side to kind of have that as my special little Valentine, but it's inside this book. So today I want to make one that I can put in a frame and be able to keep up like on the bookshelf or something. All right, so let your inner child come help you if you'd like, or make it specifically for them. And then once you complete this project, what I would like you to do, and I'm going to invite you to do this, is to really take a look at your picture, all decorated, all the love you've put into nurturing the inner child. And I want to invite you to look at that image and tell them how much you love them. All right, and we're going to do this exercise out loud. So again, once you've already got it all decorated, tell them how much you love them. Let them know that they're safe. You can tell them about all the amazing, loving, compassionate, adventurous person that they are. You can tell them all about their traits, the things you love about that child. All the things that you know that they are. Maybe others never told them. So tell this little version of you all the things that you wished you had heard and that others had told you that you didn't get to hear. So all the things that they needed to be able to hear, to know about how safe they were, how loved they were. Just think about all the things, and then tell them what adventures you have gone on and where you are now. Tell them about the things you've learned, the things you've accomplished. And then also, what kind of advice you might give them. So, is there something that you would like to tell that inner child that would be advice? And once you've done this, put your picture up somewhere where you can see it regularly. Right? It'll be a reminder of the process that you went through with this, and it'll be something that'll be there to also remind you that you are still that person. So all those things, all those loving things that you tell that little version of you, remember that you are still this person. Okay, so when you tell yourself anything negative, when you look in the mirror, if you speak down to yourself, this little person is listening. So think about all the things that you would want to tell them and wouldn't say to them. So if you wouldn't say it to them, don't say it to yourself now. Right? So show the same love and compassion that you would show to that little person of you to you now. All right. Next, I am going to, after you finish all the art process, I'm going to encourage and invite you to write a letter. Write a letter to your inner child, your younger self, and include the things that you've just spoken, everything that you have said to that picture and that image, and then continue to tell them more. Tell them about your life now and remind them that they are safe and can say no, that they don't need to please anyone. And include any advice, any additional advice that you would want to give them. All right, from my heart to yours, I hope you enjoy this process. I am going to get started on mine, and I hope you enjoy this and can find some great value, and maybe you'll find some insight as you do this and be able to set it up where you can see it regularly and show yourself that extra bit of love on a daily basis. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Talk to you soon.